weapons. Heath Allen is standing by live at the Alien Detention Center via a phone line. Heath, things broke rather quickly this afternoon.
There's no doubt about that. Everyone in here was basically watching the New Orleans Saints on football. And someone walked in the door and they said they're rehooking the live shot inside the prison. And it was just after that. They hooked up the video line and people began watching the hostages walk out. It was almost that quickly.
Does everyone believe that Bishop Romaine was key here?
Yes, he was, and the prison officials were asked about that specifically, as to why didn't they use him a little bit earlier, or why wasn't he allowed to talk with the detainees a little bit earlier. And J.D. Williams with the prison system was very forthright about it. He said it wasn't time yet. There's a time and a place for everything, and Bishop Romaine was used as a key to it, and he may not have been a key earlier on. Maybe they would not have gotten the successful release had they used the Archbishop earlier on. So he was used at a time when he was indeed key to the release.
Heath, what about specifics of the agreement?
There are no specifics being released at this point. Of course, since day one, the Cubans said they wanted their freedom, and that was their primary bargaining point. Now, whether or not that's going to happen remains to be seen. The inmates are going to be dispersed to various prison facilities all across the United States based on beds available, and they'll be processed and reviewed at that point. Whether or not they get their out-and-out freedom, no one knows at this point.
The hostages, Heath, obviously very excited. What about reaction from authorities?
Well, reaction from authorities was kind of quiet. Reaction from the families of both the hostages and the inmates was exuberant. There were horns honking and bells ringing. People were driving up and down the roads honking their horns. There were a lot of tears of joy, a lot of tears of relief, and just a lot of noise. This town actually erupted when the prisoners finally released the hostages.
When will the press first be able to talk to some of those hostages, find out what happened inside?
I think they're going to secure the perimeter. They're going to secure the facility probably for the next couple of days so that the prison officials can get in and see just exactly what's happened on the inside. They don't know exactly yet just what has happened on the inside. And I would imagine, as in these cases, as it usually happens, the hostages, of course, or the ex-hostages now will be debriefed and checked medically and be allowed to return to their families before anyone's allowed to talk to them. May be different this time, but that's the way it usually happens.
Any briefing yet scheduled to talk about the agreement, what the Cubans demanded, what they got, Heath?
No talk about that. The prison officials say it was amenable to both sides. They say they didn't sell the store. They have a good agreement, one that they will certainly follow, and the Cubans got a good deal as well.
Okay, Heath, thank you very much. That was Heath Allen live from Oakdale, Louisiana, where the 7-day stalemate has ended. All 26 hostages now in Humana Hospital. In other news, state police are urging those headed westbound on Interstate 10 to use 190 instead. Construction has caused one lane to shut down, causing a monumental traffic jam there. And in sports, it was the Saints 20-16 over the Steelers today, ensuring the Saints their first winning season. Join me again at 10 tonight for a complete wrap-up of the Oakdale situation.
The preceding has been a special report from 33 Metro News. We now return to our regular programming.
That really makes for a traffic jam.
Yeah, I think